Okay, so we're diving into Fight Night, the Million Dollar Heist. This new show that has everyone buzzing. It's a crime drama, but with a twist, right? Like, what's the big deal about a heist happening during a boxing match? Well, that's exactly what we're here to break down in this deep dive.
Well, you hit the nail on the head with twist. It's not just any boxing match. The setting the creators chose, 1970s Atlanta. That's key here.
Yeah, I mean, 1970s Atlanta, it makes you think of something like a movie, right? All that change happened.
Exactly. Think civil rights movement still sending shockwaves through the system, economic tensions, you've got the city on the edge, and then boom, Muhammad Ali chooses this exact moment, this place, to step back into the ring.
Okay, so you're saying Ali's comeback fight, it's not just some background event, it's like important to how the story unfolds.
100%. It's like the creators used Ali's fight as a way to magnify what's going on with the characters, their ambition, their struggles. Take Kevin Hart's character, Chicken Man Williams, for example. He's this small-time hustler in Atlanta trying to make it big. And suddenly you've got this global spotlight on the very inequalities he's trying to escape.
And we know from the first two episodes you've recapped that he's got this plan, this after party on Fight Night. But come on, this is Kevin Hart we're talking about. It can't be just another predictable crime story, can it?
And you're right, it's not. That's what grabbed me the way they wrote his character, Chicken Man. He's not some goody two-shoes trying to do good. He's got this moral edge to him, makes you wonder whose side you're even on.
Yeah?
And the rest of the cast, let's just say they didn't hold back on the complexity there either.
Oh, speaking of the cast, we've got to talk about this powerhouse lineup. I mean, Taraji P. Henson back together with Kevin Hart as Sweets, his partner in crime, those two on screen at the same time. Again, that's box office magic waiting to happen.
Right, and you got Samuel L. Jackson. He just commands the screen as Black Godfather,
Yeah.
the one calling the shots. Talk
Okay.
about an intense presence.
And then you throw in Don Cheadle as Detective J.D. Hudson into the mix. He's not just some random cop chasing bad guys, is he?
Not at all. The writers gave him a past, a history with Chicken Man, no less. It adds this whole other layer of, well, you could say tension to the entire story.
Okay, hold on. Now I need to know more about this heist itself. Episode 2 throws us right into the action, and it is wild. What did you think?
Honestly, the way they built the suspense. You see this robbery crew, Emerson, McKinley, Willie, and Lena. They're planning every single detail, meticulous. And just when you think you know what's coming next, boom, everything goes haywire at the party. And that's where it really hits you. This isn't just about some big score, some cash grab. It's like the show's asking this bigger question about society, like what happens when you've got these huge dreams, but the system's built to keep you down.
Okay, so we're talking about more than just a heist. You're saying the show is digging into something, like about the American dream even.
Yeah, you could say that. You've got Chicken Man, right? A black man in America trying to rise above his circumstances in the city, still wrestling with its own demons. And then this historic fight throws everything into even sharper focus. You don't see that kind of depth in every crime drama.
And it's not just him either. We see it with Sweets, his partner. She's trying to build something real, something legit. And even Detective Hudson. He's got his own baggage, his own past. It's like they're all hungry for something more, you know?
Absolutely. And that's where the choice of 1970s Atlanta as the setting, it just works. It's almost like a character itself, you know? The city's on the verge of change, but still grappling with all these inequalities, injustices. It creates the perfect backdrop for exploring these themes.
Okay, you mentioned Detective Hudson's past. Without spoiling too much for our listeners, what's the deal there? Seems like he and Chicken Man, they go way back.
Yeah, you could say that. Years ago, Hudson put Chicken Man away. So now their paths are crossing again. But the tables have turned a bit, wouldn't you say? Chicken Man sees this after party as his ticket out, his chance to rise above, while Hudson, he's fighting his own ghosts, his own sense of right and wrong.
Whoa, talk about adding fuel to the fire. Knowing that just gives their every encounter, every word, this extra layer of, oof, it's intense.
And that's what makes you think, can you ever truly outrun your past? Or are we always shaped by the choices we made, no matter how much we try to move on?
It makes you wonder about the choices they're making right now, too. Are they driven by ambition, revenge, a shot at redemption, or maybe it's a mix of all of it?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of this show, of Fight Night. It doesn't give you easy answers. It makes you confront these tough questions head on, just like the characters themselves have to.
Yeah, it's like the show is throwing down a challenge to us, the viewers, asking, how far would you go for your dreams? What would you risk for a shot at a better life? Makes you think, that's for sure. But you know what? It's also what keeps you hooked, wanting to see what happens next.
Right. Totally. The writers, they knew how to keep you on the edge of your seat. And it's not just about the suspense either. What gets me is how they brought 1970s Atlanta to life. In the middle of all that drama, you still get this sense of the city's energy, its vibe.
Yeah, totally. It's like you can practically hear that 70s music playing in the background, feel the pulse of the city, that feeling of change coming. They didn't just film in Atlanta, they made Atlanta a part of the story, right?
Exactly. It's like you said, it's more than a location. And that's what makes Fight Night something special. It throws you right into this moment, this historical turning point, where you've got these personal dreams playing out against the backdrop of a city fighting for its own future.
So hey, imagine someone's listening to us now, right?
Yeah.
Trying to decide, should I watch this? What's the one thing you'd say to them? What makes Fight Night stand out from all the other shows out there?
Well, I'd say this. It's a show that's not afraid to challenge you. It makes you think about ambition, about what's right and wrong, about what it means to really chase success. And it does all that while keeping you completely glued to the screen. It's a crime drama. It's a historical piece. It's a story about people trying to find their place in a world that's changing faster than they can keep up with.
It's a knockout punch of a story, that's for sure. So if you do decide to check it out, Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist, think about this. Could this story, Chicken Man's story, could it have happened anywhere else? Or is there something about Atlanta, about this specific moment in time that makes it so powerful, so unforgettable, something to think about as you hit play